What is going on, guys? This is my third video on remote ID, and I think it's necessary to say this because we are talking about safety here, and this is done in the name of safety. But we all know that has nothing to do with safety. It has to do with something else, which is corporate drones. They want to, I don't want to say clear the skies for making room for those corporate drones they want to swarm our skies with, but they want to create an environment which it would be safe for those corporate drones to operate over the cities, mostly over the cities. And I've seen the FAA video promoting remote ID. I didn't watch it entirely, but I've seen most of it, and well, I don't want to say what a piece of crap, um, but that's how I felt. I didn't watch it entirely because there is a point where when I see so many manipulation and lies putting in a video in a well produced video or over the media, I can't resist. I start, I have I would go and throw up. So then I stopped watching the video. But let's talk about something that barely no one is talking about, which is corporate drones. Because if this is done in the name of safety, and I've seen all the FAA video talking about the airspace that we have to create a safe environment for all the drones that they're going to operate, which are like delivery drones, corporate drones, and also like taxi drones with the carry people over the cities. If their concern is safety, is that a good idea? Is that a good idea to have corporate drones swarming the skies over the city, flying over people, over property, over cars, over our kids, over our pets? Well, let's try to disclose that a little bit. Let's talk about these drones. Because, if their concern is safety and they're that concerned that they had to push this nonsense regulation because they're concerned of the damage that this can cause to people or property, what about the corporate drones? How these corporate drones would be? They would be this size? I don't think so. They're going to be humongous, really heavy, and they're going to be potential lethal if they fall from the sky. If they fall into someone's head, they will have the potential to kill our kids, our people, and to severely damage our property. So is that a good idea when it concerns to safety? Well, I don't think so. And these drones mostly are going to be flying without a pilot. They're going to be flying automatically. That's why they need the remote ID, because they're not going to be able to see another drone if it's on the way. They have to be able to detect it. So they're going to be flying automatically, heavy, big drones over the city, over our heads, without a pilot. Is that a good idea if you're concerned with safety? Well, I don't think so. And I'm sorry for being not nice here, but when it comes to people from the government, I don't believe in the honesty of their stupidity. I don't believe, some people say, well, I can't believe the FAA could be that stupid. Me neither. They're not. They're not. And this is not about the FAA, because it is clear that the people from the FAA didn't pass this regulation. They don't think that this is necessary. This is being pushed by other people that they're above the FAA, which is the people from the corporations, which are above of the government. They own the government, so they just go for their goals. But if we're talking about safety, I don't think that corporate drones are a good idea, and I don't think they should be flying over cities at all. Not delivery drones, not any drones that they do any kind of work that it could be done from the earth. And sometimes they try to convince us that we have the necessity of new technologies when we don't. And this is another spell that it's like a new religion, which is science and technology, that every new technology they're labeled as progress and benevolent to humanity. I don't believe that. I don't think that technology is always for the benefit of humanity. Think about nuclear weapons. Are those developed for the benefit of humanity? I don't think so. So, do we need all these new technologies? I don't think so. I don't think so. And in this planet, the military complex is always ahead in technology. So the intentions of developing technology is not the benefit of humanity. It's quite the contrary. I don't want to get that philosophical here, but let's go to the subject, which is safety and drones, and let's compare our drones to the corporate drones to compare which drones they have the more potential to damage people, kill people, or property. So who is the bad actor here? We doing recreational or just filming for trying to capture beauty in the nature? Who is the bad actor? Or those guys putting those potential little drones over our heads here? Who is the bad actor? Let's think again. Because we kind of being hypnotized here that the government are the good guys. Really? I don't think so. Especially, of course there's a lot of good people in the government. Probably the vast majority of the people in the government are good people, good-hearted people, and they do what they do for the good of humanity. But I don't think that the guys on the top levels of the government are like that at all. And if we look at the history of humanity, we're going to see the clear examples of that, what I just said. So, safety and drones. And someone can challenge what I just said, that, well, yeah, those drones that we have a pilot. Well, I don't think that the vast majority of them, because, their goal is just to save money and to fire all the delivery drivers that they're out there. Well, they might say, well, this is in the name of, green, being green and don't pollute the air or whatever. Well, there is a whole bunch of lies in all that, but I don't want to get into that. But let's just talk about safety. Are those corporate drones going to be safety? I don't think so. So, they need remote ID because they want to swarm the cities with big, heavy, potentially lethal corporate drones. That's it. Because they need those automatically flying drones to be able to detect another drone in the sky. But the thing is that if the people won't comply, they're not going to be able to detect. So this is absolutely nonsense. But this is more aggressive. It's not just because they need to detect those guys. They want to just clear the skies. And this is designed for that. I said it in the other video. That's why right now they came with another idea to move a step forward, pushing their agenda, which is banning DJI drones, because that's probably banning 80% of the drones that are DJI is the leader of the market. There's no question about that. So it is clear that they want to harm drone pilots because otherwise they don't need to put our location and our information out there for all to see. That's a clear, you know, showing that it is kind of like a war. They declare war on us because they want people to harass us and make it difficult for us, and they want to put us in danger because they want, you know, potential criminals to be able to see when someone is flying. So, it's not just because they need to detect other drones. But let's talk about safety and corporate drones. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it would work. Those drones are gonna fail and they're gonna start falling from the sky. That is a fact because all machines fail, and you know we have a clear example of that. No matter how smart these people are to build those machines, we have a clear example of that a few days ago with what happened with the last generation hyper technology device that it was exploring, doing tourism, exploring deep waters where there shouldn't be any tourism. My best friend, he's a professional diver and an archaeologist. That he dives sunk ships, and he told me, well, errors happen all the time. This is something common, and when you go that deep, it is even as dangerous to go into the space. So anyway, these drones, they are gonna fail. They are gonna fall. No matter what the media probably hide it, they won't show it. And someone can say, "Well, that's impossible to hide it." It is possible to hide. If they don't want to show you what's going on, they won't show you. As anybody knows that the Boeing 747 crashed into a building in Amsterdam before the 9/11, 9 years before the 9/11. Does anybody know that? Into a building that it was an apartment building, and they killed a lot of people and a lot of families. I'm talking of probably the biggest plane up in the sky ever, a Boeing 747 Israeli cargo plane. It crashed into a building in Amsterdam in 1992. And at that time, I was in Europe. I was, as a musician, performing in an exposition, in a worldwide exposition where every country has a stand. That was the Expo Sevilla. And we were there, right there in Europe, in an event like that, and no one knew what happened because the media intentionally they hide it. They didn't broadcast that news. Probably no one knows today. I find out by accident, actually. So when they want to hide something, they will hide it. So no matter they hide it or not, I know that these corporate drones are going to fail and going to fall from the sky, and probably they're gonna damage property or even kill someone. So that's when it comes to safety and corporate drones. But let's talk about another issue, because a lot of anti-drone people are concerned about their privacy and our cameras, because we might be filming an historical building or whatever, nature, and the people, they might be thinking, well, they're spying on me, this guy is a pervert or whatever, so their concern is privacy. Well, do you think that the Amazon drone is going to respect your privacy? Do you think that any of these corporate drones are going to respect your privacy and are not going to film you? They're going to be flying over people's heads in cities. They're not going to do facial recognition. They're not going to do any kind of that. Well, think about your data and the corporations. Are those corporations respecting your data privacy nowadays? Let's think of. Do I have to answer that question? Let's think again. So who are these people? Who is the bad actor here? And that might be a switch in the belief system, but who is the bad actor here? Who is the potential bad actor? Well, I don't trust these people, and let's say, okay, yeah, this I'm dangerous with this drone. I've been flying for 6 years, never damaged anyone, never have an incident, nothing. But let's say, yeah, I'm dangerous. But what you are 1,000 times more dangerous with your drones than I am. So when it comes to privacy and safety, I'm sorry guys, but you shouldn't trust corporate drones. And so what is remote ID about? To me, it is about data. It is about getting your data. That's it. And it's also about grounding your drones. So for instance, me, I don't know if I'm gonna keep flying. Honestly, I don't want these guys with the badge and carrying a gun harassing me over some stupid regulation, and I don't want to put myself in risk because some other guy without the custom and a badge with a gun want to steal my drone. So honestly, I don't know. I might keep posting drone videos because probably 90% of what I film already I haven't posted yet on my YouTube channel. So if you see more of my drone videos in my YouTube channel, probably they belong to stuff that it was filmed before remote ID. But anyway, when it comes to that, I think that these corporate drones are not going to respect your privacy. They're going to film you. They're going to collect all the data from you, and they're going to sell it from the whoever. I don't know. Even they might sell it to. And this is part of a. You're gonna see other countries start following the same because I heard that Australia is following the same, and all the countries are gonna follow the same because I don't even. I saw in 2020 it was clear to me when I saw like all the politicians all over the world from rival countries following, doing exactly the same things at the same time. So I know that there is a power over governments and over countries. And you might say, well, this is a conspiracy theory. No, it's not a conspiracy theory. I'm sorry to tell you, this is public information and it's been announced already. They announced it and they put a name. First, it was announced in 2001 by George W. Bush when he said, well, this is the beginning of a new world order. He said it with this straight face to everyone. We were too concerned watching planes crash into buildings, speaking about that. But this has been announced. Now they changed the name. They put a 2030 agenda. That is the name for this new world order, worldwide government they're putting together. But these guys, they announce it. This is not a conspiracy theory. You can search for it and you can watch these guys, the leader of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, announcing all the goals. And one of the goals, by the way, if you are living in America like me, is like he said it out loud, straight face. He said, the United States of America is not going to be the leading power of the world anymore. And then he bragged about having all the politicians in his pocket. He said, we put our people into Congress, into governments, and they follow our directions. So this is not a conspiracy theory, guy. Just, that's why I don't believe in blue against red and any of that. I don't believe in that. I think that's a bad play. They are playing us. But you are going to see these rules like a domino effect in all other countries, because that's their goal. And why I'm saying this, because their goal is also having their civilian drones, because what they want, and they disguise as a sustainability, is just a totalitarian government like it's already in place in China, with facial recognition. And I've seen in my home country, Argentina, I see the facial recognition all over in public transportation, in a lot of places. We can see it in airports, and they want that. That's why they want to clear the skies. They don't want anyone but them to be surveillance in the skies. This is a big corporation government they want to put in place. So let's think again. Safety, corporate drones. Privacy, corporate drones. Is that a good idea? I don't think so. We need more people to speak out and expose this, because this is a spell it's being placed upon the people. And when you speak about openly about and expose a spell, it start you know losing its effect. It's an energetic thing, and I'm not going to explain any of that, because this channel is not about that. My other channel, it is about that. But when you speak out and expose these frauds and these spells, they start losing energy. That is why I did these 3 videos over remote ID. Okay, guys, I hope you like this video. Put a comment if you want. If you don't want, don't put a comment. And I see you in my next one. Hopefully my next video is going to be about night photography, or video, or art, something related to art. Okay, see you guys. Thank you for watching.